Well, now it's definitely blues time. Since we already have a groove and we got some chords, we're ready to talk about the third part of music, which is melody, in this case soloing, blues soloing. Look around here at these guys. Looks like every one of them is in the midst of getting down, taking care of business, probably using the scale I'm about to show you right here. Now, in the basic step 2, I showed you the pentatonic scale, and that's the basic sound that we're still going to use. We're going to start to add things to it and make it sound more specifically bluesy, but that's kind of the starting point. So once again, just to review quickly, key of A, the guitar player's key, starting in 5th position on the top string. With my first finger, I play the A, 4th finger, just follow along with me, watch that tab too, 3rd finger, 1st finger, right on down through the scale. Very easy to play. Your first finger is always there as a reference, right? You keep coming back to that first finger. That's what makes this pattern so special for guitar players. Now, to make it a little bit bluesier, we're going to add a note to it, starting again at the top. Here's the note. With your 4th finger. Now, that's called the flat 5. Now, that note, you just play it one time, it sounds bluesy. What can you say? They call that a blue note. And that's kind of one of the things that makes blues sound the way it does. You hear little phrases. And of course, you can add it to the lower octave as well. There's the 5th, flat 5, 4th. So there's our basic blues scale pattern. Now, if you want to, you can stop the tape and just kind of run your fingers around that pattern a little bit. Get your fingers used to the shape and get used to adding in that note, because we're going to be using that a bit as we go along. I'm going to show you 2 little extensions onto that basic pattern that give you a little bit more room to move and allow you to cover most of the sounds that you hear, like the greats using. They work out of this pattern, almost all of them. First of all, instead of stopping on the low A there, we're going to go down 2 frets to G. And you get this little, what they call a box shape down here. 1st finger, 3rd finger. There's the G, the A. Then we get the C instead of up here. We get it here, and then the D there. So as you come down the scale, and then you can add that flat 5 again. So it kind of gives you a way to play in the lower octave and get down to it in that position. Moving back up, all you have to do is shift up, and you're back in position. And now we're going to add something onto the top. Moving up to the next spot, we're at the 10th fret now, and come back down again. And you get a little position right here, which is one of the most common and most useful positions. You can bend from it. Now there's that flat 5 again. Right? And now, as you just saw, we have 3 octaves in which we can play almost any blues lick you want to hear. One thing guitar players love to do is learn new patterns and work things out all over the neck. And that's cool, but in blues you don't really need to do that as much as you might want to do it in other styles, because if you can find a good melody, usually it sticks within about 1 octave. And then all you can have to do is move it down 2 frets, move it up 2 frets, and you got it. So these are our 3 basic positions that we're going to be using. And from this point on, once you got the basic technique, it's all phrasing. So let's take a few minutes and talk about that.